morning, I'm Oviday Shrestha, and these are the headlines for this hour. Constitutional Council trapped in uncertainty following repeated suspension of meetings slated to recommend new Chief Justice. Government shies away from constitutional responsibility. The Public Procurement Monitoring Office concludes Civil Aviation Authority breached the public procurement rules, claims the authority showed higher rates during the procurement of wide-bodied aircrafts. UK Prime Minister Theresa May wins vote of confidence in her leadership of the Conservative Party by 200 to 117 votes. And Lyon advances to the pre-quarterfinals of the Champions League, holding Shakhtar Donetsk to a 1-1 draw. An accident in Dang's Lamahi involving a jeep returning from a wedding procession and a bus has claimed the lives of 6 people and injured 2 others. According to the police, the jeep heading to Samsherganj from Chitwan's Gita Nagar collided with a passenger bus heading to Kathmandu from Mahendranagar at around 2 this morning. According to the district police office, those killed in the accident have been identified as 53-year-old Man Bahadur Keshi, 45-year-old Bimala Khatri, 49-year-old Vishwanath Adhikari, 5-year-old Praveen Keshi, 31-year-old Deep Kumar Khadka, and 78-year-old Datta Bahadur Khatri. The injured have been receiving treatment at Kohalpur Hospital. And now let's move on to the latest national political updates. The Constitutional Council has been trapped in uncertainty following the 4th consecutive deferral of its meeting slated for the recommendation of the new Chief Justice. The repeated suspension of the Constitutional Council's meeting has also mocked the constitutional provision of the appointment of the new Chief Justice a month prior to the retirement of the incumbent one. Chief Justice Om Prakash Mishra is to face mandatory retirement on 1st of January 2019 due to his age limit. However, the Constitutional Council, which is assigned with the responsibility of recommending a new Chief Justice, has been postponing its meeting on one or the other pretext. All the members of the Constitutional Council, chaired by the Prime Minister, are from the ruling party itself, except for the President of the main opposition party, Nepali Congress, and the Chief Justice. The Speaker of the House of Representatives, Chairman of the National Assembly, and Deputy Speaker have been elected from the ruling Nepal Communist Party. The Constitutional Council does not even have any constitutional hurdles to decide on the new Chief Justice based on majority votes, irrespective of the absence of the main opposition party's leader, as he has already participated in one of the meetings. The continued indecision despite the matter clearly shows that the ruling party has tried to shy away from its constitutional responsibility. Disregard towards the national charter from the highest authority itself is likely to set a wrong precedent, leading to the prevalence of violation of constitutional norms by other lower-level entities as well. The Public Procurement Monitoring Office has submitted a report claiming financial irregularities in the purchase of the 2 wide-body aircrafts and concluded that the Civil Aviation Authority breached public procurement rules. The Public Procurement Monitoring Office submitted the report at the Parliament's Public Accounts Committee, claiming that the authority showed higher than the standard rates while purchasing the aircrafts. The Public Accounts Committee had requested the Public Procurement Monitoring Office to carry out the study after the committee failed to reach a conclusion on the issue, despite holding numerous discussions with the concerned officials. The report presented to the committee yesterday has clarified that the Civil Aviation Authority failed to follow the required procedures and parameters during the purchase of the aircrafts. Likewise, the report also states that the authority purchased the aircrafts in the price determined 8 years ago, and no effort for negotiation was made either. Furthermore, the purchase process was not in line with the international bidding guidelines. Based on the guidelines, the authority should hold discussions with interested bidders to select the appropriate one based on their proposals. However, the report states the authority held discussion with just a single bidder. The Public Accounts Committee has formed a subcommittee to carry out additional investigation into the case and submit a report within the next 15 days. The Civil Aviation Authority had purchased 2 Airbus 330 aircrafts for 24 billion rupees. The Survey Department has said it has removed faulty maps of Nepal from all the ministries. The department had carried out a monitoring after regions like Susta and Kalapani were found absent in the maps used in the letterheads and official stamps of ministries. However, the Survey Department has yet to carry out such monitoring in other government offices and publishing houses. The task force under the Survey Department had found ministries like Defense, Foreign Affairs, and Land Reform, among others, using the wrong map of Nepal. The task force has claimed it has removed all such faulty maps. However, the team has not been able to instigate monitoring at other government units. The task force has concluded that the use of faulty maps had increased due to the map publishing house printing maps without approval from the government and due to the use of unauthorized maps available in the internet. The Survey Department has, however, said it would carry out monitoring in the internet, publishing houses, and other government units in the second round of monitoring. According to the department, the media and private sectors have still been using faulty maps. Meanwhile, the printing of new maps of Nepal based on the new federal setup has been delayed due to the delay in finalizing the names of provinces and their capitals. The province and local levels have yet to receive new maps of Nepal despite the lapse of 1 year since the nation adopted federalism. The Survey Department believes the use of faulty and incomplete maps will decrease once the new maps are published and distributed. We'll take a short break here. We have more news coming up. Welcome back. The government is trying to revive the district-based offices under the jurisdiction of the Education and Health Ministries, which is against the spirit of federalism. The jurisdiction of such offices should be shifted to the local governments as per the new federal setup. The ministries are preparing to re-establish the offices with their previous authorities in the pretext that the local governments failed to live up with effective service delivery. The erstwhile district education offices were scrapped, replacing them with education development and coordination units. Although the units' responsibilities are related to education development, their jurisdiction was confined within the Home Ministry under the Chief District Officers. The units established at all the 77 districts have, however, not performed anything significant other than keeping the records of permanent teachers. In addition to that, neither the coordination units nor the local governments have been doing the works that used to be performed by the former education offices. The Education Ministry is trying to re-establish the same old offices, attributing the same reasons. On the other hand, the Health Ministry has already forged official decision to re-establish the District Health Office, citing their importance at the local levels. With the onset of federalism, the offices related to education, health, agriculture, livestock, cooperatives, industries, drinking water, irrigation, forest, and women development, among others, should have been integrated with the local governments. However, all such offices are still in districts in one or the other form. Experts are of the view that such a practice would hardly materialize the concept of decentralization of power and privileges to the people all across the country, which is the underlying essence of federalism. We have more news coming up, but right now it's time for another short break. Sandhi Kharka Hospital in Arghakhanchi was established 3 decades ago. However, the services in the hospital have not been upgraded in the past 30 years. As a result, around 200,000 locals of Arghakhanchi are compelled to seek even the most basic medical services in Butol, Palpa, and Kathmandu, among other places. In this context, we had asked the residents of Arghakhanchi what should be done to improve the services at Sandhi Kharka Hospital. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
Public voice.
जिल्ला हस्पिटल भन्ने अब यहाँ सुविधा जात्री केही छैन अहिले अब बेड खाली नभएर बाहिर सुताउन पर्यो
डेलिभरीको लागि
यहाँ आउँछ यहाँ अपरेसन हुन्छ भनेर आउँछ तर उहाँहरूले रिस्क लिन चाहनुहुन्न र त्यही तपाईँ जानुहोस् बुटोल जानुहोस् भैरवा जानुहोस् भनेर भनिदिनुहुन्छ अनि म बाटैमा जाँदाखेरि डेलिभरी भएर बच्चा चाहिँ कहीँ मर्ने हुन्छ कहीँ ब्लिडिङ भएर चाहिँ मानिस चाहिँ आमा पनि मर्ने समस्या भएको हुन्छ।
यहाँको चाहिँ गएर व्यवस्थापकीय पक्षले चाहिँ पटक पटक चाहिँ निर्णय गरेर पठाउँदा पनि हालसम्म पनि यस सन्धिखर्क अस्पतालको चाहिँ शैय्यामा चाहिँ विस्तार हुन सकेको छैन।
सामान्यभन्दा सामान्य जनताहरूलाई रिफरको चाहिँ माध्यमबाट अन्यत्र ठाउँमा पठाइन्छ।
ठुल्ठुला बिमारी हुनुभयो भने यहाँबाट बुटोल काठमाडौँ उपचार गर्न यहाँको गरिब जनताहरूलाई गाह्रो छ।
सरकारको नुन पानी खाइसकेपछि त्यही अनुसारको ड्युटी गर्न सकियो भने पर यो अस्पतालले धेरै काँचुली फेर्दै जानेछ।
It's now time for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
And here's the question. What's your take on the government's preparation to re-establish local level offices in districts? Your options are A, against the sentiments of federalism, B, practical, and C, result of stubborn public officials. The voting is on. Type in EWS, select your option A, B, or C, and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. And it's time now for the sports news.
Sports news.
Lyon has advanced to the pre-quarterfinals of the Champions League after holding Shakhtar Donetsk to a 1-1 draw. In the Group F match played at Shakhtar Donetsk home ground last night, Lyon came from behind to tie the match 1-1. Junior Moraes scored in the 22nd minute of the match to give Shakhtar a 1-0 lead. However, Nabil Fekir came up with an equalizer for Lyon in the 65th minute. Both the teams couldn't score any more goals, and Lyon held on to the draw to become runners-up in the group and qualified for the pre-quarterfinals. Bhairava Gladiators have secured their third consecutive win at the ongoing Everest Premier League. Bhairava secured their spot in the playoffs following the 4-wicket victory against Biratnagar yesterday. Sent into bat first after losing the toss, Biratnagar were bundled out after notching up a meager 91 runs in 18.4 overs. With a dismal batting display, Biratnagar had already lost 4 wickets with just 20 runs on the board. Skipper Paras Khadga was out for a mere 1 run, while Anil Shah returned to the pavilion contributing just 4 runs. None of the players could play an impressive partnership for Biratnagar. Mohammad Naveed claimed 4 wickets for Bhairava, while Abhinash Bohra and Krishna Karki grabbed 2 wickets each. Bhairava reached the victory target in 19.4 overs with the loss of 6 wickets. Ryan Tenduskate and captain Sharad Veswakar played 33 runs partnership for Bhairava. Meanwhile, Lalitpur Patriots clinched its third consecutive win in another Everest Premier League match held yesterday. Lalitpur has confirmed its place in the playoffs following a spectacular 10-wicket victory against Kathmandu Kings. Elected to bat first after winning the toss, Kathmandu were out after scoring 108 runs in the stipulated 20 overs in the match played at Kantipur Stadium. Kathmandu had already lost 3 wickets with just 13 runs on the board, attributed to its weak batting display. Foreign player David O'Brien was the top scorer for the team with 42 runs. In response, Lalitpur comfortably reached the target without losing a wicket based on the solid partnership of Jaikisan Kolsawala and Gaurav Tamur. Tamur contributed 80 and Jaikisan 27 runs for Kathmandu. And now, before wrapping up, here's a look at the top stories once again. Constitutional Council trapped in uncertainty following repeated suspension of meetings slated to recommend new Chief Justice. Government shies away from constitutional responsibility. The Public Procurement Monitoring Office concludes Civil Aviation Authority breached the public procurement rules, claims the authority showed higher rates during the procurement of wide-bodied aircrafts. UK Prime Minister Theresa May wins a vote of confidence in her leadership of the Conservative Party by 200 to 117 votes. And Lyon advances to the pre-quarterfinals of the Champions League, holding Shakhtar Donetsk to a 1-1 draw. And that's all for the moment. Our next English bulletin will air at 11 this morning. Keep watching Kantipur Television HD for more news and entertainment. Thank you for watching. Have a good morning.